Hey everyone! Welcome to our journey through some of the most fascinating and unique New Year's Eve traditions from around the world. Buckle up because we're about to dive into a whirlwind of cultural celebrations that go far beyond the stroke of midnight. Did you know that in Denmark they celebrate New Year's by throwing dishes at their neighbors' doors? It's a tradition that might seem a bit odd at first, but it's actually a way to bring good luck and strengthen community bonds. Imagine waking up on New Year's Day to a pile of broken dishes outside your door. The more broken dishes, the more friends you have. Yep, you heard me right. Plates, bowls, the whole shebang. This quirky custom is all about leaving behind the old and welcoming the new with a clean slate. It's a fun and noisy way to start the year with a bang, quite literally. It's a pretty wild tradition, but it's all about getting rid of the old and welcoming the new. The sound of breaking dishes is believed to ward off bad spirits and bring good fortune. Plus, it's a great excuse to get together with friends and family for a night of fun and laughter. And that's just one way people around the world celebrate New Year's Eve. Each culture has its own unique way of marking the occasion, from grand fireworks displays to intimate family gatherings. Let's take a look at some more fascinating traditions. From quiet moments in Japanese temples where people gather to pray and reflect on the past year, to the ringing of bells 108 times to symbolize the cleansing of 108 earthly desires, the Japanese New Year, or Oshigatsu, is a time for purification and renewal. To huge street parties in Brazil, where millions of people dress in white and gather on the beaches to watch spectacular fireworks and jump over 7 waves for good luck. The Brazilian New Year, or Réveillon, is a vibrant and energetic celebration that reflects the country's lively spirit. Everyone celebrates in their own way. Whether it's eating 12 grapes at midnight in Spain for good luck, or wearing red underwear in Italy to bring love and prosperity, these traditions are a testament to the rich cultural diversity that makes our world so fascinating. Each country has its own special traditions. In Scotland, for example, Hogmanay is celebrated with torchlight processions, street parties, and the singing of Auld Lang Syne. In the Philippines, round shapes are believed to bring prosperity, so people fill their homes with round fruits and wear polka dots. Come along with me as we explore some of the coolest and sometimes weirdest New Year's traditions from around the globe. From the heartwarming to the downright bizarre, these customs show us that no matter where we are, the start of a new year is a time for hope, joy, and new beginnings. So, let's celebrate together and embrace the diversity that makes our world so wonderfully unique. We've always been fascinated by time, haven't we? From the earliest days of human civilization, time has been a concept that has intrigued and mystified us. Ancient cultures around the world developed their own methods to track the passage of time, using the natural world as their guide. Since forever, people have looked up at the sun, moon, and stars to understand time. The movement of celestial bodies provided a reliable way to mark the passage of days, months, and years. Ancient Egyptians, for instance, used the annual flooding of the Nile to mark the beginning of their new year, while the Babylonians relied on the phases of the moon. New Year's is a big deal because it's like going from dark to light, a fresh start. This transition has always been significant, symbolizing renewal and the opportunity to leave the past behind. In modern times, we celebrate with fireworks, parties, and resolutions, but the essence remains the same, a collective hope for a better future. Way back when, people had big feasts and special rituals to celebrate. These gatherings were not just about merriment, they were deeply rooted in cultural and religious practices. Feasts were held to honor deities, to ensure good harvests, and to bring communities together in a shared sense of purpose and hope. The Babylonians had a huge party for their god, and the Egyptians celebrated the Nile River flooding, which was like their new year. These celebrations were grand and elaborate, involving processions, offerings, and communal feasting. They were a way to connect with the divine and to mark the passage of time in a meaningful way. Over time, these old traditions changed, and now we have New Year's as we know it. The Julian and Gregorian calendars redefined how we mark the passage of time, and with them came new ways to celebrate. Yet, the core idea of renewal and reflection has persisted through the ages. Even though we celebrate differently, the idea of looking back and looking forward is something everyone does. Whether it's through quiet reflection, making resolutions, or celebrating with loved ones, the transition into a new year is a universal experience. It's a time to appreciate the journey we've been on, and to set our sights on the future, filled with hope and possibilities. Learning about other cultures can be tricky, like trying to find your way through a maze with your eyes closed. Each culture has its own unique set of traditions, customs, and rituals that have been passed down through generations. These traditions are often deeply rooted in history, and can be quite complex to understand at first glance. But that's what makes the journey of cultural exploration so fascinating and rewarding. It's easy to misunderstand things. When we encounter something unfamiliar, our first reaction might be confusion or even frustration. Imagine trying to navigate a foreign city without knowing the language or customs. You might find yourself lost, both literally and figuratively. Miscommunications can happen, and sometimes what seems normal in one culture might be completely baffling in another. But these moments of confusion are also opportunities for learning and growth. But that's what makes it so fun. The joy of discovering new traditions and customs is unparalleled. When we open ourselves up to new experiences, we often find that the things that once seemed strange or confusing become sources of joy and connection. Sharing a laugh over a misunderstood tradition or participating in a local custom can create lasting memories and deepen our appreciation for the diversity of human culture. For example, in Spain they eat 12 grapes at midnight. Sounds strange, right? This tradition, known as Las 12 Uvas de la Suerte, or the 12 Grapes of Luck, is a beloved New Year's Eve custom. As the clock strikes midnight, people quickly eat one grape for each of the 12 chimes. It's believed that if you manage to eat all 12 grapes in time, you'll have good luck for each month of the coming year. But each grape stands for a month of good luck in the new year. This tradition is more than just a fun challenge, it's a way for people to come together and share hopes and dreams for the future. The grapes symbolize prosperity and happiness, and the act of eating them is a communal experience that brings families and friends closer together. And in Japan, they ring temple bells 108 times to get rid of bad thoughts. This practice, known as Joya no Kane, is a significant part of Japanese New Year's Eve celebrations. The number 108 is believed to represent the earthly desires that cause human suffering. By ringing the bells 108 times, people symbolically cleanse themselves of these negative thoughts and start the new year with a pure heart and mind. These traditions might seem a little odd, but they tell us a lot about different cultures and what they believe. Each custom, no matter how unusual it may seem, carries with it a story and a set of values that are important to the people who practice it. By learning about and participating in these traditions, we gain a deeper understanding of the world and the diverse ways in which people celebrate life. So next time you encounter a tradition that seems strange, take a moment to appreciate the rich cultural tapestry it represents. Imagine this. It's midnight on New Year's Eve in Spain. Everyone has 12 grapes. The clock starts chiming and everyone tries to eat all 12 grapes before the chimes end. It's called Nochevieja, and it's a super fun tradition. Each grape is for a month of good luck in the new year. No one knows exactly how this started, but some think it was a way for grape farmers to sell more grapes a long time ago. Whatever the reason, it's a tradition everyone loves. Japan celebrates New Year's a little differently than Spain. It's much quieter. At temples all over Japan they ring a big bell 108 times. Each ring gets rid of a bad thought so you can start the new year fresh. It's called Joya no Kane, and it's a very peaceful tradition. It's all about letting go of the past and looking forward to the future. Okay, back to Denmark and their plate smashing. Some people think this started way back when people would throw broken dishes at evil spirits. Others think it was just a way to get rid of old junk. Now, people smash plates on their friends' doorsteps. It's a fun way to say goodbye to the old year and hello to the new one. Brazil is known for its amazing parties, and New Year's Eve is no exception. People go to the beach dressed in white to celebrate Iemanjá, the goddess of the sea. They throw flowers and gifts into the ocean, hoping for good things in the new year. With fireworks and music, it's a huge celebration. Ecuador has a really interesting tradition. They make big dolls called Ano Viejo, which means old year, and they burn them. These dolls sometimes look like famous people or even people they know. Burning the doll is like burning away all the bad things from the past year. It's a fresh start. From throwing plates in Denmark to quiet moments in Japan, New Year's traditions are all different. But everyone is doing the same thing, thinking about the past, looking forward to the future, and celebrating with others. Whether you're eating grapes, smashing plates, or just having a quiet night, we're all connected by these traditions. So, this New Year's Eve, think about all the different ways people celebrate, and remember that even though we're different, we're all celebrating together.